Hi everyone, how are you? Hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met, hi, you can call me Shannon and this is my channel. And I'm so happy to be at my usual filming place. I thought that maybe filming in the other room was going to be better, but to be honest, even if this is not my room, I feel so much more comfortable here. I don't know, I guess I get used to film here. Let's try not to make this introduction too long because today I want to film a couple videos. So as you can see in the title, today we have the first update for the using my eyeshadow palettes project. It took so long and I'm not even able to roll out all of the palettes that I've been working on for the last 2 months. This video was created by Chick. I'll leave her channel over here. What she does is that she picks 4 eyeshadow palettes and she uses them 20 times and then roll them out. When I introduced this project, I decided to go with 20 uses but with 5 palettes. But in the first couple of weeks, I noticed that 5 palettes for me was a lot. So I decided to roll out one, even if I didn't use it at all. But also in the last couple of weeks, I'm up really slow with this project. I try not to count as an use if I only use, I don't know, a cream shade to set the lid. I don't know. For me, that doesn't count. If I'm doing this project, it's because I really want to have good progress and good use on these palettes, and I feel like only using a palette for setting the eyeshadow base, it's too easy. It's not really for me taking the best use out of the palette. So yeah, that doesn't work for me and I'm up really slow, so I decided to set the goal lower, and now the goal is to use each of these palette 15 times instead of 20. And yeah, I think those are all the changes that I decided to make. So we can start discussing the palettes that have been in this project for 2 months, and let me tell you, 2 months it's a lot for me to be working on a palette. And I'm kind of sick of some of these palettes. All of them are really nice, but I'm just tired of them. I want to use other palettes, so I'm really excited for this update. So first, let me tell you that the palette that I decided to roll out was this one, was the Sweetest palette. Since I received this palette, I have only used it once. It's a really pretty palette, really neutral. And for the same reason, I decided to roll it out. I knew that I wanted to roll out one. And this palette has a lot of similar shades to my Panda palette. I'm prioritizing my Panda palette, so I decided to roll out this palette, and hopefully someday I will be able to focus in this palette and get good use out of it. So let's start with the ones with less progress, and that is my Lilith palette. Before this project, I have never used this palette. Now, I don't have my notes here. That's a big mistake. But I think I have used it 4 times and it's looking like this. I really like the mattes, but as I said in a previous video, I'm not a big fan of the shimmers. They're really pretty, but kind of hard to work on. I don't know, I haven't found a way yet to use it in a way that looks nice on my eyelids. I feel like they look too heavy, so we'll keep working on this one, and I hope in the next month I use it then other 10 times or something like that, so we can roll it out. Then we have this palette. This one is Low Proof. When I started this project, I said that probably this was going to be the palette that I roll out first, because I went on a trip and I take this palette with me, and I did that. I used it quite a bit at the beginning, but after that I haven't used it that much, and I have used this one 10 times, so I need 5 extra times to be able to roll this one out. I wanted to roll out this palette in this update. My plan was to postponed this update until I was able to roll this one out, but then I roll it in another project, and I need to use each shades 3 times, I think it is. So I thought that if I'm going to keep working on this palette, I just leave it in this project for another month, but for next month this one will be out. Now we'll have some rollouts, and I need to explain myself because the next palette is this one. This one is Honey, and this one I have used 14 times, and I'm going to roll it out, but I swear that tomorrow I'll use it. It's just that for the first time I made a makeup capsule of my stats or whatever, and I used the same makeup for a month, and I have to be honest, I got sick of the makeup I was using. But yeah, I needed to roll this one out because I was getting sick of this palette, but I swear I'm going to use this tomorrow or Monday. Today is Saturday. You will be seeing this on Wednesday, but I need to feel that I roll this one out. As you can see, I hit pan on the glitter. It was kind of cheating because, I don't know if it's cheating, but it feels like cheating to me because I used that glitter on my nails. I'm not a big fan of Colourpop glitters. I feel like some of those pieces of glitters are just too chunky, and I'm kind of scared of using them on my eyes. Even if this glitter looks so pretty on the eyes, I don't feel comfortable using it. In this palette, mostly I use the mattes because, as you can see, 2 of the shimmers are goldens, and I'm working on another golden in my Panda palette, so I didn't touch any of those. But my favorite color to wear were these 2, Buskill and Totally Bugging, and those were really nice. I have a small dip in Totally Bugging, and maybe someday I could try to hit pan on one of those. And also Sunburst, this one, it's so pretty. It has like blue glitter on it. I have a dirty hand because I was filming my Chop My Stash, but it's so pretty. And the last palette, and the one that I actually used 15 times, is Blush Crush. This palette is really pretty for spring and summer. It's full of pinks. It's looking like this right now. I have a good dip in Pop-a Bottle. I think I have used that shade like 12 times. Again, I don't have my notes, and I think I'm getting close to hit pan on it. But yeah, as I was saying, this is a really nice palette for the warm weathers, for the warm months. But here today it's super cold. I'm using a sweater because it's super cold, and I'm just not feeling using pinks anymore. So yeah, I'm really happy to roll this one out. And some of these shades are really hard pressed, and I hope I'll never have to hit pan on Blush Wine and Made You Blush because they're so hard pressed, and I have used them quite a bit, and they look basically brand new. So I hope I never have to hit pan on those. Okay, so to finish this video, let's discuss a little bit the palettes that are going to be rolled in. I have 2 rollouts. One of them kind of shady, but as I said, I promise I'm going to use that palette tomorrow. So we can roll in another 2 palettes, and I'm super happy. The first palette I'll be rolling in is this one. This is the newer palette on my collection. You'll see more of that in my No Buy update that you will be seeing next week. But yeah, this is my newer palette. To be honest, this was not the palette I wanted to roll in. I wanted to roll in another green palette, but since this one is brand new, I want to get use out of them before it got lost on my collection. Like, I have so many palettes that if I don't use a new palette right when I got it, I kind of lose interest on it, so I want to use it now. So far I have only used it once and a half time, I might say, because I used this shade in a video last week for you. It's basically brand new. When I got it, like the second day that I have it, this shade broke and fell from the pan. I leave a picture of how that looks over here, so I have to repress it. But it's basically brand new, and it has a super chalk shadow, but it's kind of different from the one in the Blush Crush, and it's more hard pressed, but it's a nice color. You can see it over here. And the last palette I'm rolling is my Zodiac palette, and I've been waiting for rolling this palette so badly, because for me this palette is perfect for the season. Here's the question. This palette has a highlighter, and if you ask me, it looks super nice. It's a nice color. Here it is. It's a nice color. And now my question is, if I use that highlighter, does it count like an use? Okay, I'll say it counts. So if I use one shade, it counts like one use. If I use two, again, one use. And if I use the highlighter, it will count as an use too. So yeah, this is the second palette I'll be working on. And that's all for this video. I'm super excited to start working on these new palettes. I really needed to fresh up my makeup basket, my makeup capsule. So I'm really happy that I roll in new palettes, are different colors, are not pink, are not as summery, because the last rotation was super summery and we started to get cold weather, and I was not feeling pinks and light colors, and I don't know, I wasn't feeling that. And that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you on my next one. Bye!